Okay, Honda Shadow, you're next. Alright, so same story as before. Battery out, holes covered, but the thing that I haven't done with the Shadow yet is put stabilizer in the tank. I want to see if I can even start it. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna start because I haven't ridden this even longer since I've ridden the FZ.
It's been buried here for 70 years, 2 months and 13 days.
So if that's the case, shame on me, and I'll just winterize things as is. But we're gonna at least give it a shot, but for right now, I'm gonna fill up the tank and put stabilizer in it. This could get a little messy. You're likely to spill some and it can get messy. What do you know? It's working.
It's working! It's working!
So yeah, this might take a while. You know what? I'm not even mad.
I'm not even mad.
This is now full. That only took me like a couple minutes at the most. So this thing is full. So... yeah, this could get a little messy. Okay, so as I predicted, I spilled some gas. Just like changing oil, it seems to happen every single time. And usually I would never use a paper towel on a bike, but this bike is going to be getting a new paint job at some point. So, if anything, I'm doing a little prep work for that. But yeah. Alright, now that that's cleaned up, let's get some stabilizer into the gas. I think the Honda Shadow tank is like 3 to 4 gallons. Yeah, 1 ounce treats up to 2.5 gallons. I always forget every year. Oops, I did it again. Gas cap back on. Ugh, if I can feel my fingers. There we go. Now we're gonna try to start this thing to get some of the stabilized, treated fuel through the system. My bet is that this is not gonna start, but might as well try. If it doesn't, then life goes on. We'll just winterize it as is. If it does start, well then, awesome. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. So, as I predicted, this thing did not start. This is what I get for not riding it and blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna leave things as is, and I'm going to do a couple things down here. First of all, I'm gonna turn the petcock to off. So fuel is now off, and now I'm gonna start taking the battery out, and I'll cover up the openings on the exhaust, and then, thank God, I think I'll be good to go and call it a night because it is freezing freaking cold. So anyways, let's go. Start with the black, the negative. That was the nut falling out. Get that out of the way. Put the nut back in. The washer, ugh. Oh God, is that... I can't tell if that's battery acid or freaking gas. Yeah. So long as my finger isn't burning off, we'll have to assume it's not battery acid. And that nut fell out as well. But battery's out much easier than the FZ. Now we'll just kind of stick that stuff in there. And there you go, that's that. Alright, I'm gonna put the battery here for a second. Now, oops, here we go, that breaking tape situation again. Freaking nothing works right in the cold. Ugh. Alright, let's take this battery inside and get back in where it's nice and warm. It is very difficult carrying a battery and the camera and shutting off the lights. Sorry again. Alright you guys, we're back inside where it's nice and warm. I'm starting to get feeling back to my fingers and hands and ears and toes and all that good stuff. Alright, so I got the Honda Shadow battery there next to the FZ battery, and I think I'm gonna let it warm up to room temperature because right now it's literally like a brick of ice, and even though that's not really a big deal, I'll just let the FZ battery fully charge, and then once the FZ battery is fully charged, I will switch the tender over to the Honda Shadow battery, and then once the Honda Shadow battery is fully charged, I'll start swapping them every other day or so. Until then, sleep tight, bike batteries. Alright you guys, so there you go. My batteries are now inside where it's nice and warm. They're on the tender. Bikes are more or less winterized. Not by the book, but good enough. But don't take my word for it.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
So yeah, it's the same story every year. I try to ride as late into the season as I possibly can, and then it gets freezing cold, and then it becomes nearly impossible to fully and properly winterize my bikes. But I've never had an issue with the minimalist approach in the past. Keep my fingers crossed. But I think that's gonna do it. I'm sorry I'm not ending this video in a more aesthetically pleasing location. This is my furnace room in my so-called basement. But in any case, thank you guys very furnace. I thought that might be happening. So even with my furnace on, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next one.